Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. I am ready for the Battle of Malvern Hill. This is those back-to-back grand battles, as Ultimate General Civil War calls them. So this is legendary mode on the Union side. If you have not seen the other episodes, there's a link in the description below that will take you back to episode 1. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And if you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, that will notify you anytime there is a new upload. And I usually do have at least one new video a day, sometimes more, depending on what's going on. But we're ready to dive into Malvern Hill. And I'm going to have, again, not using all of the forces that I could take to this battle. I'm just thinking about the scaling on this one, and I feel like I've got enough to do the job without him scaling up too high. So at the moment, we're going to have about 20,000 men and 48 guns in the first corps, and then about 7,000 men and one more battery in the second corps. And I feel like that'll be enough to get it done. I have all of my kind of mainline, top-of-the-line infantry here. We got to get Princess of Wales up to 2,000. These are all maxed out at 2,000. I don't think I want to go any higher than that, even when I can. I've got 24-pounders, 12-pounders. I wish I could get more 24-pounders, but unfortunately, I don't have any more. But what I think I need to do is go ahead and buy up extra weapons that I'm going to want to have down the road. Even though I'm not going to use them yet, I will eventually use them. So that means more 20-pounder Parrots, more 24-pounders. Let's go ahead and gobble up these 14-pounder James and 12-pounder Whitworths as well, just because I've got the money to do it. And now we'll just kind of dive into this thing and see what happens. This was the final battle of the 7 days fight during those battles around Richmond at the end of the Peninsula Campaign. He's going to have 39,081 guns against my 29,060 guns. So considering I'm defending, that should do pretty well for me. Now, this is an interesting battle because, well, we'll get into we can't look at the objectives to win quite yet. I think I want to have... Do I have any other? Well, let's see. We've got our 12-pound Napoleons, 2-star. Yeah, I think that might do the trick for now. And we've got our sharpshooters here. So initially, here's the victory conditions. You do not have to hold all of the objectives to win. You have to hold North Malvern Hill and then either east or west. Now, Malvern Hill is right here, and then the other ones haven't opened up yet, and we don't need to hold both of those. So early on, I'm going to be heavily outnumbered, better than 2-to-1. So it's really just going to be kind of fighting a delaying action until my reinforcements arrive. So we'll get ourselves into position and then see what happens. All right, so here he comes, and of course the big issue here is the fact that he's going to try to get around me on the flanks. And at the moment, he can't do that, but once this battlefield opens up, he'll be able to do that. So I'm a little concerned about that and not entirely sure what my strategy is going to be. Except we're just going to wait and see what he does. This was a battle that was largely decided by artillery. Massive amounts of artillery. There were about 55,000 men on each side. The Union had 170 guns at this battle, and that was a big part of why they won this battle. Though strategically, it was certainly not anything that helped them. Tactically, this was a victory. All right, looks like they're coming back this way now. Now, if he just launches into me with a melee attack, I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to hold that off. But we're going to find out, and I'm hoping having these extra skirmishers out here, even though they're in the open, I'm hoping that's going to help. And my sharpshooters are in the woods, and they're still able to hit him from here, so that's kind of nice. No, this is basically going to be a delaying action. I'm going to be repeatedly falling back throughout this battle until I get to that place where I can turn him back in the other direction because of my numbers. Here comes the melee attack, so I gotta be careful with these guns. Hoping I'll be able to throw him back before he hits me with too much melee, but this is the problem right here. I mean, just massive amounts of men right now hitting this one spot. Alright, so far so good. You can see Lawton's losing a lot of men, and he's the lead brigade coming in here. I'm just worried that as Kirk falls back, I'm a little worried about these 24-pounders being right here. Lawton's pushing right into him. But otherwise, it's going pretty well. Let me see the situation so far, because he's just going to look at all these 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Every single Confederate brigade on the battlefield is 3 stars. So that's just the way it is, and he outnumbers me 2-to-1 right now. I haven't even gotten about a third of my... I've only got about a third of my men. He's got better than half of his already. I've lost 800 men. We've inflicted about 2,000 casualties so far. Not bad considering I'm outnumbered 2-to-1. And here he comes again. Let's get these skirmishers up here, even though I got to worry a little bit about what's happening on this side. I may need to pull those 24-pounders back soon. What's he doing now? Is he going to go around me on this side? Looks like he might be. Alright, we got to pull these 24-pounders out. Taking some casualties. Alright, let's see the situation here. I've lost 1,200 men, inflicted 3,000 casualties. If I can keep that up, if I can keep it better than 2-to-1, when my reinforcements arrive, he'll be sufficiently weakened to where I should be able to just throw him back pretty easily. Guys are taking a lot of casualties on this side though, just because that's where he's really loading up on me. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these guns back too. I think we probably need to fall back. We're at 9 minutes now, so the next part of the battlefield is gonna open up pretty soon anyway. We're throwing them back on this side though. Carroll's Marauders, they've done about all I can ask of them at this point. I'm going to start falling everybody back. Let these 2 units kind of hold for me for a little bit. Skirmishers are taking some casualties. Berdan's sharpshooters having a nice day so far though. Alright, everybody's falling back now. I don't like these fortifications just because they spread me out too much, but at least for now, we'll occupy that until we figure out what else is going on here. Alright, on to phase 2. Alright, so gonna try something a little unconventional here, and I don't know how it's gonna work out, but we're gonna give it a try anyway. And I'm gonna pull all the way back here to behind the water. I'm gonna start the guns first, because I think I've got some time before I've got to pull everybody out. And then once we've got the cannon safely on the move, we can start backing everybody else up. I don't know how this is going to work. I've got to hold for 2 hours, and this is an awfully small area, but I'm thinking if I can catch him going through the water, maybe this becomes a nice place to form a defensive line. And I think while I'm at it, what I'm going to do is send a bunch of skirmishers up here, number one, to protect and keep an eye out on what's happening, but also, if he does come in, that gives me a place to fire on his flank. So I've never tried this strategy before. I don't know if it's going to work or if it'll be a colossal failure, but we're going to find out. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and send a couple of full brigades over there too, just in case. All right, Kirk, get moving. Okay, Ohio Outlaws are going to have to fight it out here, at least for a minute. I'll send some skirmishers up there to maybe help them break free. So I'm going to send 2 units of skirmishers up here to cover what's happening, and then the rest are going to kind of keep an eye on things down here and eventually move in on his flank. At least that's the plan. Okay, now we can pull these guys out of here. Alright, Ohio Outlaws, what are we doing here, guys? Of course, I have to inflict enough casualties that I'll be able to then counterattack and retake North Malvern Hill, because I have to have that to win this battle. But it appears, at least for now, this might work. Now, here he comes with at least 1 brigade to come at the crossing. So I think we're going to send Kirk up there. Heck, we'll go ahead and send the Wolverines up there too, and then bring some of these skirmishers back down. And it looks like for now we're probably quiet. Alright. So casualty-wise, Union only lost about 3,000 men at this battle. Confederates lost almost 6,000, so about 2 to 1 casualties. Hopefully we'll at least replicate that, though I expect the numbers on both sides to be significantly higher than the historic battle. Once again at this battle, which is kind of interesting, the Confederates were victims of bad intelligence. Which, you know, fighting on home soil, especially this close to their capital, you would not think that would be an issue, but it definitely was. All right, things open up now, so now we're going to have to kind of open up our lines as well, and if he's smart, he'll attack from this side where there's no water, but I don't know if he's that smart. But now we've got the final objectives opened up, so we're going to have to be able to go back in and take North Malvern Hill at some point. And it may be that he knows that, and that's why he's not advancing on me. And he may make me come at him, which would be unfortunate. but I'm hoping he'll attack me. I'm going to send Carroll's Marauders over here. And then I guess we just wait. He is sending at least one unit in. There's Jones. Let's see what's happening up here. There is a brigade that appears to be coming this way. My 2nd Corps is arriving now, which includes 3 units of melee cavalry, which is going to be really helpful. And I may just be able to maybe ride them in and take the objective depending on how well it's defended. We'll send Church over there. These are brand new units that have Springfield 1842s. I'm going to send my melee cav down here for now. Although I'm thinking about riding them up and around the other side. We'll see. One way or another, that melee cav's headed for his rear. Here he comes. Just got to keep an eye on the time, and I don't know how much time I'm given after on this one. I may have to go in and research that a little bit. I'm just hoping he'll come at me across the water. It appears that's what he's going to do. Okay, there is a brigade coming across up there. Nice. Surprise, Trimble. So let's look at the numbers right now. He's got me by, what, 6,400 men is the only advantage he has. Additional supplies, which I don't really need, are arriving now. Okay, I want to advance out this way and see what's happening over here. So Wolverines must be out of range for Garland, at least effective range, because they've only taken 10 deaths and they seem to be doing a nice amount of damage. Hanson, we're going to pull back into these woods. We're going to make Hood advance. Just keeping an eye on the time. I just want Carroll's Marauders out here so I can see what's going on, because I had a feeling this might be happening, which it is. But that's a sitting duck right there if I ever saw one. Hopefully he's alone. If that brigade's alone, this is going to be fun. Because we'll eat Jones up in a matter of seconds. That's 2,100 melee cavalry descending on a brigade that just fired. Oh yeah, he's toast. There is another brigade back there, but he's not close enough to support him. Alright, let's just make sure that they don't get sucked out of there. Alright, I'm going to pull them back because I don't want them to take a nasty volley from that brigade behind Jones. 2 hours to go. He's coming. Any worries I had that he might not decide to try and attack me down here, I think can be laid to rest at this point. Let's get some supply over here. I gotta back these 12-pounders up. Just want to keep checking what's happening. Alright, let's look at the numbers now. His advantage is down to just 5,000 men. See what's happening up here. Alright, so far so good. Okay, we're just going to inflict a bunch of casualties and then hopefully ride in and grab that objective with enough time. Okay, Ripley's going to try to charge, but he's going to hit that swampland there. Let's get some skirmishers out here on Ripley's flank. Not a lot of cover here, but we're making him charge across the water. I'm going to bring the Wolverines down so they can fire on Hood. That means coming out of the cover a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, Terrell's dropping back. Chapman already did. That's why we have reserves. Oh my. Well, let's make Ripley pay for that. He thinks he's using his advantage to get a melee attack on these skirmishers, but what he's doing is pulling himself close enough into my line that he has no infantry support, and that means my cavalry can hit him. Don't get sucked out there too far, guys. Alright, let me pause real quick. There's an hour and 25 to go, so time is always kind of a factor here, and I'm not sure how much leeway I get with that. I've lost 4,600 men. I've inflicted nearly 12,000 casualties, so that's pretty good. Alright, so very soon I should outnumber him. And so what my plan is going to be is, if I can, I'm going to take these guys out down here with my cavalry. And then I'm going to start figuring out a way to get around what remains of his army and retake that other objective. I'm going to slow things down here for a minute. I'm going to ride all of my melee cav down into those 2 units down there. Very soon I should outnumber him. It's really just a matter of time the way I'm causing damage. Okay, one of those units already was destroyed. Now we're going to do the same to Kershaw. Alright, he's only got about 1,300 more men than me now. Only an hour to go. I think we can go back to normal speed for now. Alright, we're driving him up this way, which means I can go ahead and leave this open now. I'm going to drop Church of Skirmishers back there, though, just to make sure that no surprises come my way for that objective. You can see I don't currently have a victory because both victory options require holding North Malvern Hill. I think I outnumber him now. I do. Alright, we wiped out that brigade. I've got an hour to go, so I've got to be intentional but not crazy with marching back toward the objective. I think I can keep causing casualties for now. A lot of Confederate dead right here at this river. A lot of Union dead too. Maybe too early on doing this. What I'd really like to do is get at his artillery if I can find any that are unprotected enough. Alright, Fighting Finns lost their commander and they've been having it kind of rough today. So we're going to drop them off the line. They've got almost 2,000 kills though. He's going to keep coming at me. I'm actually going to keep... Well, you know what? Let's go up this way with the cavalry. At the very least, it's disrupting his artillery because he's pulling them all off the line. He definitely shouldn't have attacked across this water. He should have come at me from this side over here. I've got a 2,600 man advantage now. I've taken out half his army so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the cavalry up in here somewhere. Just wiped out a unit completely. Let's get some supplies over here to these guys. Alright, he's probably got infantry back here somewhere. So I want to be cautious. I don't want to ride all three of them in. But I've got a 4,000 man advantage now. I don't know, just lots of artillery so far. I gotta be careful though, because all that artillery means that I hit one battery and 3 others open up on me and they just wipe me out. So I'm gonna hold tight with my cavalry until the last minute. That way I don't take a lot of unnecessary casualties. And then we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing because we're lighting them up pretty good. Ammo's coming, Wolverines. Ammo's coming. It's gonna come that way though. Yeah, I think we'll just protect against that attack up there, but not actually do anything. Here he comes. All right, Chapman's falling back. We'll send Horn up into that spot. Some of these units may not survive this attack. Cobb's going to disappear. Rhodes is going to lose massive amounts of men. Going to turn Carroll's Marauders around, though. "31 minutes to go. Cobb backed off, so that's the only reason he's still alive, but he's not for much longer. Alright, it's a 5,300 man advantage now. So I've lost about 7,000 men. I think I'm going to pull the Wolverines off a little bit. A couple volleys might actually finish LZ off altogether. So his artillery is firing on my cavalry. They're taking a few casualties, but nothing really to sweat about. There's not enough time now for him to rush his infantry back. So I'm going to go ahead and hit his artillery. We're going to take some casualties doing this, but we should be able to wipe out 3 or 4 batteries. They're small enough that I should be able to hit them pretty quickly. Here comes his infantry now. There's one. There's 2. Here comes his infantry. Nine minutes to go. I might be able to grab those supplies, but I also have to make sure I keep the objective. I might have wanted to wait a few more minutes before I did that. He might have time to get infantry back there. Alright. Got all those batteries except for the one over here. I'm going to make a quick dash for these supplies. I might not have time to do it, but I'm going to try. Got to keep the other 2 here just in case. I don't think they're going to get there in time. Come on, guys. Grab those supplies. Quick, 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 quick. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Yes. All right, perfect. Just in the nick of time. All right. So we lost 8,100, 8,200 men, but inflicted 24,000 casualties. The best part is, man, I wiped out some of those batteries there at the end. You can see he lost 2,000 men and 81 guns. Or no, that's how many he had. He lost 800 men and 31 guns, most of them right there at the last second. Captured almost 3,000 Harper's Ferry 1855. That's nice. Grabbed those supplies. Surprised I didn't grab more guns, considering. But, hey, not bad. Let's look at individual units. Ohio Outlaws, 3,251 kills. Nice job, guys. There's 24-pounders, another big day. I really got to get some more of those 24-pounders, but the 12-pounders did pretty well for themselves, too. Princess of Wales, 1,800 kills. Fighting Finns, almost 2,000. Wolverines, they were out there on that flanking mission, so they were exposed more than most, but still did really, really well for themselves. All in all, a really good day for everybody. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now we head back north. I believe we're on to Second Bull Run, which is pretty much the easiest battle on the Union side. After we get through Kettle Run and Thoroughfare Gap, we get to a super easy second bull run. But that's where we're at for now. As always, I would love to know your thoughts, your comments, your questions, your suggestions, what I might have done differently or better. But I'm feeling pretty good about how that battle went. And you can see things start to get a little more expensive, but you're getting more. So 4,000 more 1855s if I want them. Those 20-pounder parrots look awfully juicy, though. So that's where we're at. And I think I'll wrap it up right there. As always, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again real soon.